Okay, welcome everyone. I'm looking forward to sharing with you for the next 29 minutes. My name's Don Carson, Blue Diamond here in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. I'm actually sitting in my truck today, so I'm sure the sound's okay. I'm on my earbuds. It's funny. This is an interesting day for me, just to share. Some of you that are Facebook friends of myself or my wife, Don Carson, you'll see me with my arms wide open because I'm a hugger. So you'll see a guy with no shirt on a beach with hugging. If you ever want to Facebook friend me, go right ahead. It's Don Carson. I did a Facebook Live. It must have been about a week and a half ago. I just woke up in the morning and my heart was full, and I thought, man, I just got to tell the world how I feel this second. And thousands of views have happened since, and that kind of led to today for me because, we were in Las Vegas for the week. My wife and I, we actually are definitely students of this business, and that's the first thing I'm going to recommend to all of you on this call is if you're going to be serious about the network marketing industry, the home-based business revolution that's going on, you've got to take yourself very serious. Let me repeat that. You've got to take yourself very serious. There is nobody that's going to be able to do this for you. There's nobody that's going to be able to make your check grow other than you. And so you've got to get very good at becoming very good. And that means you've got to fill your bucket. You've got to be determined. You've got to make sense out of the fact that, the world's moving quickly, technology is changing, and we've got to change. For success to happen for you, you're going to have to be successful in you. And I really believe in my heart that, this past couple of days that my wife and I spent in Las Vegas at an event, training event that we made the decision to spend our hard-earned money and to attend was, again, more about Nancy and I as a couple, as individuals growing together, as it is for the success that we hope to, bring to our family and the legacy for our children. It's really about us becoming better at who we are, the kinds of parents we are, the kinds of, couple we are together, and the relationships that we can establish with the people that are actually touching our hearts and our minds often come from the places that you least expect it. And so, for me, life has just been full of so many ups and downs and challenges and wins and losses. And, I look at the friends that I've made in this industry over the last 3.5 years in particular here with Valentus. And, I wouldn't trade any moment of any time for anything. I have family now in this company. And, I say that with all sincerity and passion because I don't have a big family at home in terms of my blood family. We're not as close as we used to. And, I do need to go fix some of those things because it's just, it's gnawing on me. But, it is what it is. We all know what that means. We all have family that doesn't recognize what it is we're doing and a family that doesn't recognize why we're doing it. And it's often difficult to get your family involved. I mean, that's why I love to see family teams come together because it's just such a beautiful thing because it is truly an incredible experience to have a family in the business that is your family. But what I want you to all know is that, learning and earning is all about finding out who can give you what you're looking for, who can fill your bucket, who can fill that cup up so that it can overflow. And, today, is a special day for my wife and I as we attended an awards banquet. I'll touch on towards the end of my call today. But, I've realized now that you don't, build your business on people. You build your business on building up people. And it's like that in everything we do in life. We've got to find a way to pick people up and move them along as best we can. And the rewards will be the satisfaction you have of seeing something in somebody else that success happens. It doesn't have to be monetary. It could be, just a smile on a person that was sad. And if you could get that smile out of them when they were in such a down place, that's a reward. You're building that person up, and that reward can come back to you tenfold in the form of karma. Those are people that out there that are trying to hold you back and tear you down. Those are the people maybe that get 2 speeding tickets in the same hour. Maybe things just happen, right? I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like karma. Like I really believe a lot of that. I mean, in order for us to really get ourselves into a position to succeed in the network marketing industry, every one of you on this call, you're all going to have to learn to, I love this expression, and we established in our team a pay it forward card, which we staple a stick of coffee to, and we, hand it out to people, and we say, listen, you know what, I'm going to give you this great cup of coffee. What you do with it is what you want. I'm just paying it forward. Somebody gave it to me, and it's been changing my life. It's such a subtle way of touching somebody with your kindness and touching somebody with the gift of what we have here to offer. It can be something that might surprise you and who would take interest in what we're doing. Again, it's about touching somebody else with a gift of making them better. The key to success in our industry, in the network marketing industry, is people join, right? I mean, people join. Unfortunately, they join and they try it. See, to me, if I'm going to bring somebody on my team, and in particular, sponsor somebody, I want them to commit that they're joining to better themselves, be successful, and ultimately the goal for me to be able to, bring into them is that I want them to be successful. I want them to become a better them. So I'm going to do what I got to do to make myself better so that I have more to offer them. And ultimately that joining is not a trying, it's a joining to be successful. And their goal has to be to help others be successful. And if they get that message, you're on the path of network marketing greatness. The problem is that most people in this industry look at it as a transaction, and this is certainly not a transaction. This call, me sitting in my truck right now sharing with you my thoughts around, growing, learning, earning, helping yourself be better so you can help others be better, is so much more about this profession. It's a profession of experts that have gone to work on themselves. They're consistently, the most successful people in this industry are consistently students of the business. They don't get lethargic. They don't get complacent. They don't sit on a pedestal of success and say to themselves, I've done it already. Good luck. I can sit back now and do nothing. That's not what this industry is about. This industry is about treating people as people, not prospects. This is a business of people understanding that for them to be successful, it's so important that they commit to helping people rise up. And that's ultimately my message today, is that, you know what, we are full of gratitude, my wife and I, because we have seen, people that have come into our team as, let's call it as it is, volunteers. They don't join this necessarily thinking that they're going to be on stage one day. They volunteer because potentially they are just trying it to see if it works, right? And so when we find those folks making a commitment to their own journey of 3 to 5 years and then resetting that journey once they get there, and see, that's the most important message out of my journey so far, is that my wife and I set a 5-year plan when we started, and we're going to come up on our 4th year this summer and review where we're at, and then really put the hammer down in year 5 to accomplish what we had set out for a goal 5 years ago when that happens. And then we're going to look at ourselves, reset, see where we're at, understand what we've grown, how we've grown, and what do we need to do to be a better next 5-year person, a better next 5-year leader. It is not about retiring at 5 years. It's about resetting and developing yourself into a better you. I mean, gosh, folks, what are we really doing here, all of us? What we're trying to do, and I heard this expression on the weekend or during the week, and I loved it. We're all working on a PhD. That's what we're doing. University, 3 to 5 years, right? You go there, you pay all this money, you come out of university with something. What is it, a degree? Is it a piece of paper? Is it something that says you have accomplished something? Yes, you've got this degree. I have a Bachelor of Education from teaching at one time, and I have that hanging on my wall. There it is, okay? Beautiful. Finished off school, got some debt. My friends were working all along. Then I had to go back and pay off my debt in those next number of years. You see, here we're working on a PhD because I'm really involved now in helping people from day one, and I'm earning and learning from day one. That's the advantage for our kids today. I want to say that to every one of you, because I look at our children, my 17 and my 20-year-old to be, he's 19 now, hard to believe he's going to be 20 right away in January, and I think about the future opportunities ahead of them and what do they really look like. And I want them in the network marketing industry. I want them in the home-based business industry because they're around all of these people that are earning PhDs together. And what's wrong with that? What's wrong with picking people up? What's wrong with a PhD? You know what that stands for? People Helping Diploma. What is wrong with a People Helping Diploma, a PhD, as opposed to a piece of paper hanging on the wall that says I had a certificate for accomplishing this school activity that's supposed to do what for me? There's so many people that graduate out of university with the degree that they went on to take on, and they don't even go into that profession. They don't even do it. And I wonder why, right? I wonder why. Because they're in debt, because they can't find a job, or because their interests change every 5 years. And possibly they focus so much on a task that they didn't focus on themselves being worthy of that task. And that's really the whole concept of working hard on myself. I mean, going to this 3-day seminar last week and learning and earning with leaders from all over the world, it was an incredible bucket-filling experience because I realized right then and there, I am absolutely just a number. I am just somebody right now that has so much to learn. So I'm a blue diamond. What does that really mean? It doesn't mean anything. It means I am you and you are me. I'm just somebody that has had a chance to attract a few people because I was an influencer. Write that down. Influencer. That meant somebody came to me because I was an influencer and I was able to attract a few people as a result of me being an influencer. And my team grew quickly because the influencer found some other influencers. And, you know, what do I have now as a result of my original Bachelor of Education? Well, I went on to get this PhD, which is this People Helping Diploma, which has given me an MBA. Folks, think about it. I didn't get an MBA after I got my Bachelor of Education. That would have been 2 more years of spending another $20,000 or $30,000 going further in debt at that time to get an MBA, right? No. I now have an MBA in the network marketing industry, which is a massive bank account. MBA, massive bank account. Folks, you have a chance, every one of you with this gift, to go out there and pick people up. Move them along because it's important. You know, I'm just like blown away by this industry. I've said this before. 100% of the world is my database. I'm talking to the Uber guy, going from the hotel to the thing, and he and I have a 3-way call planned this week because he's got some samples. He's blown away. He's in the military. He's just got so much going on, and he's busy. Folks, there's 475,000 people that are going to join network marketing, some company somewhere this week. 475,000. Never mind the millions that are involved all over the place. This industry is growing at incredible numbers. Why? Because it's a professional industry run by influencers and people that are learning how to dream together. I personally believe that you've got to look out there for dreamers. You've got to get your head around the person on your team and your list that is going to attract the dreamer. And then what you want to do is you want to help those dreamers set some realistic goals, right? And you've got to get them earning money really quickly. So today's call is kind of all over the map about, you know, picking it yourself and working on yourself, but ultimately we've got to help people be successful, right? So we've got to get them earning money. There's some statistics that I learned this week that, you know, 80% of your team will quit within the first 90 days because you haven't helped them earn anything. But this is the statistic that really got me. You know what? You can help them earn $1, a single dollar in their first 90 days. And on our comp plan, man, that's easy to do with our Fast Start bonus. But if you help people earn some money, then 80% of them have a chance of succeeding and going ahead past that 90 days. You've got to start thinking that way, everyone. You've got to start thinking about them more than yourself. Any person that you bring into your organization has to be your priority. We've got to help those people set their goals. We've got to help those people, start earning their own PhD, which means you've got to teach them to teach others to sponsor, to duplicate. It doesn't just mean sign people up. It means get them thinking about building a team, but they can't build a team until they start working on themselves. That's the message. Work on themselves to let all of the obstacles around you get separated away from you. I look at, my time working out and bodybuilding and all the things I did in my life, discipline of it, the focus on it, all the things I did. And I remember, time when I put in, I think it was 6 months of working out real hard, and all of a sudden I go to the competition. This is when I was in my early 20s. I go on stage and I collapse and I don't even get to compete. All of the work stopped in that moment as I fainted because I pushed myself too hard, right? I guess if I think about it, I listened to the wrong person before I went out. I spent 6 months listening to myself and the training I did, and all of a sudden somebody out of the blue, before I go on stage, says, have you tried this particular product so that you can actually get your vascularity to come out more? And they give me some sort of a pill, I think it was niacin or something like that, which I never had taken in 6 months. I'd never done that before. But for some crazy reason, this person out of the blue gives me this thing, and I collapse because I take a weird effect to it, right? What direction did I take from that person? The wrong direction. But who really knew how to get me to the shape I was in? It was me. I listened in a second to the wrong person, and that 6 months drive I had went away and out the door. I only tell you that because we are surrounded by obstacles. We're surrounded by little tiny things that can take us off our path. We've got to understand, you folks, every one of us, that when we get started here, Jim Rohn says, we study, we practice, and we teach. That's the basics of what we do. You can't teach until you've worked harder on yourself. So we're studying and we're practicing. We're studying and we're practicing. So we're in a position today to understand that duplication only happens if we've actually started by working on ourselves, which means our sponsor should have taught us that really quickly. Duplication is a result of determination, consistency, passion, and purpose. If we get those four things going in ourselves, if we absolutely make a commitment to the simple things done over and over again, that purpose can become our why. If we know why we want to do this and the passion why we want to do this, that might keep us more determined. That might keep us more consistent. But if one of those four things is missing along the way, there's a chance we're going to quit. So, as I'm going through this exercise today of discussing this with you, I believe that everyone on this phone is a potential diamond. Why wouldn't I believe that? I'm not anybody different, really, in the long run, to move through this organization of going through from a diamond to a double to a triple to a blue. What does that really mean? I'm not any different than you, but I just believed in me, and I went to work and listened to the people that were sharing it. Ultimately, our job is to put the dream. This is so interesting. Our role is to put the dream back in the dreamers. If you can really understand what that means in your heart, and you are a dreamer, and you don't share your dreams and your aspirations with the people you bring into this business, then you're not doing them any favors. We want to show them that dreaming is a healthy thing to do. And those are goals, right? Setting those goals and moving forward is so important, and we've got that kind of ability to do that. I look at this world we're in right now and just how much stuff comes at us and why we start things for the wrong reasons. I got to lose weight. I'm going to go to the gym and work out for 90 days and go on the treadmill, and I'm going to quit, and I'm going to gain more weight back. And I did that for the wrong reasons. If I had to do that for a reason that was absolutely commitment with passion and purpose, maybe it was the most incredible person in the world said, if you go to the gym for the next 5 years and whatever else, you're going to, get my hand in marriage. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I mean, maybe I'm wrong with that. But, if your boss said to you, go and lose 20 pounds or I'm firing you, I bet you'll lose 20 pounds. As opposed to the volunteer in all of us that just sort of does stuff, right? Because that's what we're attracting in network marketing, everyone. We're attracting a volunteer army. We're attracting people that are coming to us to try it, and we've got to get them to believe they can do it, and along the way, help them dream again. And once they do that, you know what? We got something. But day one, it's easy to get in, and it's easy to get out. So one of the things that I believe personally is so important is to give the basics of what it would take to earn money here. And then take a look at what it's like in society today to earn that money. Like, what are the numbers? Like, there's this crazy statistic that really six-figure earners, $100,000 a year earners in any industry or any company or any job in North America is around 6% of the entire population. That means 94, 92, whatever the actual number of 6, 7, 8% are not going to ever earn six figures. The masses, right? Yet there's people that join this industry and they say, man, I'm going to go and work 10 grand, earn 10 grand a month. Man, they've never even fallen into the small 6% category of the world that they live in, and suddenly they feel in 3 months they should be making 10 grand a month. They don't understand that the ones that actually went on to earn that kind of money were students of the business. They're the ones that 3.5 years after being where I am, go to the conference and spend 3 days learning more, filling their bucket. You never stop learning. You want this bad enough, then I want to give you an analogy. Athletes that are stars and rewarded and do the things they do, they make such a commitment to their craft. I mean, they are putting, chipping, driving, and they're getting on the golf course all these times, and they're hitting the ball, and they're doing all that stuff. And you think they say, hey, I want a tournament, and that's it? I'm not going to go out and do any more? Are you kidding me? There's some young buck that's coming up the pipeline that's saying, I'm going to go chip, putt, drive the ball, play the game, because they want to be better than you. So why do you not keep developing your craft? Remember, if you look at this environment that you're in here in the network marketing industry, we're surrounded by positivity. I saw it firsthand this week. I saw a young man walk across the stage with an accent out of Brazil who said, the year before he was at this event with 4 people in his broken accent, and, he had to borrow money to get there, and 4 of them went there, and this year he's back with 130 people in the crowd, and he's making millions of dollars in 1 year. What did he do to get those 130 there? You know what he did? He went to work. He went on a mission of proving that he could do it in an economy that wasn't exactly that great. It didn't matter. They found a way. He attracted people by his energy of positivity. Your negativity will drain any positivity. So that's what you got to get rid of, right? The cemetery is full of people that never really measured up to where they wanted to go. Because all the way along the way, people kept holding them back. I heard, I think it was Neil King the other day, say a statement that, I don't want to get to the end of my life and think that I lived this long. I want to make sure I get to the end of my life and I've gone wide. I've affected positively as many people along the way in width, not just because I lived to a certain age. I love that. I love the fact that we're touching people in this industry. And, the environment that we're sharing today is about goal setting. I mean, if I could say to you, you want to make 6 figures, well, then here's what you're going to need to do. You're going to need to get to $500 a month, right, yourself. And do you know what that really is? When you look at the averages of incomes in Canada and the United States, $500 a month is $6,000 a year, which is giving yourself basically a 10% raise. The average raise in Canada is around 3% if you are in a company that's making money. 3% on $50,000 is only $1,500. 3% of $100,000 is only $3,000. Well, what if you could give yourself a $500 a month raise by going to work here? I mean, that's a lot of money, but people take it for granted. that if you divide, take 500 times 12, that's $6,000 you earned extra, that it's not that much. It's huge. So don't think millions. Don't think 10,000 a month. Think little. And then go out and find a whole pile of people that you can help earn little. That's key. So if you could find 10 people that you helped earn $500 a month, chances are you're going to be making $10,000 a month. If you want to earn $1 million, well, then go out there and help 10 people start making $10,000 a month, and you'll earn $1 million. It's a process. It's step by step. It's going down the path of never giving up, letting nobody tell you you can't do it. Now, I started the call off talking about my FaceTime Live. I got emotional in that FaceTime Live and cried, and people commented after they loved how real I was. And that's why I never shared this at the beginning. I want to share it at the end in case I break up here. But my daughter was told when she was in a very young age that she could never be successful academically, so they wanted to put her in one of those special needs courses when she was really young. My wife said never in a million years is that going to happen. My wife read to that girl every night. She worked with her every night. It was amazing. And the girl just this year, grade 12 year, right now, is on the honor roll. I mean, there were people telling her she was never going to do anything in school academically, and we wouldn't listen to it. And she worked hard. She studies hard. She's constantly, doesn't come easy to her, but she's working. Now she is a honor roll student in her graduating year. And for me, in grade 8, there was a coach that said, you can't make the grade 9 team. I know it. Don't even bother going to high school and trying out. You're not good enough. And I thought, who the heck are you to say that my daughter can't even try out because she's not good enough? So my daughter and I went to work that summer, and we hit balls, and we hammered balls, and we played volleyball hours after hours at the beach and our sand volleyball court. And she went to her grade 9 school, and she made the team. Not just made the team. She started to play half the time at grade 9 and knocked off one of the veteran players. And in grade 10, she was the starting right side. And in grade 11, you know what? She decided to go out to a club team where all these girls have been playing all along. And she made a team that was now the winner of the provincial championship for our 18U girls. And she was a 16-year-old. And at that final event, her coach awarded her with the Golden Kneecaps, knee pad award, which was for the player that it just absolutely gave it all. She would not take, I'm not good enough, I'm not this, I'm not that, for anything in the world. My little girl looked at him in the eyes and said, I can do it, coach. Give me a chance. And, man, in the championship game, he put her in serving the ball because she would concentrate and wouldn't want to let him down. She wouldn't want to let herself down. She told me she would take a big breath, throw the ball and hit the ball, and there was no way she was going to miss it. She'd take the little ball and put it in the big square. The little ball in the big square. That's the way it was described through our little mental things that we would do together. There's a court. Don't miss that serve. Little ball, big square. And today, my wife and I were just at an awards banquet. Big sock. Sorry. And this little girl, I got pictures of her I just posted. She's going across the stage getting a certificate as a graduating all-star from the province of Manitoba, volleyball. She never let anybody take her dreams away. I'm so proud of her. I'm so proud of that determination. And that's every one of us. We can't let anybody tell us we can't do this. We can't let anybody at all have that ability to control what you want. Don't let anybody give you a shiny object and tell you, go try over here and we'll give you a position and do this and that and the other thing and jump out of that company. It's absolute crap. It's not greener on the other side. Mow your own damn grass. This is the best company in the world. You've got the greatest CEO in the world. You've got teams of people around the world that want you to succeed and will help you. Do not let anybody tell you you can't do it. It's there in all of us. The positivity is in all of us. And if you haven't got a positive breath coming out of your mouth, then call me, call somebody, call anybody that's positive and let them pick you up. Because this world is full of people that are going to tell you you can't do it. And it is not even remotely right for them to say that. Those are the people that need to go get 2 and 3 and 5 speeding tickets in the next 30 minutes because they deserve all of the stuff that comes at them that's negative because they're negative and they're trying to bring you down. Don't let anybody not let you fly. We're all caterpillars that are ready to bust out and fly, folks. We're butterflies, every one of us. We can be eagles. We can be lions. We can be tigers. We can be whatever we want to be, but you've got to want to be it. You've got to want it bad. And when I saw that little girl go across that thing and took that picture, I thought of all of you. My message to all of you today is to work harder on yourself and go to school here. We've got a chance to succeed, everyone. We really do. And we got a chance to make this the greatest company ever. I just want you all to know that with all my heart, I'm here all in, never leaving this company for all of tea in China. I don't give a care. I am so focused on being a 30-year veteran of this company one day, and I'm going to do it. And you're all going to do it with me. I know you are. So, anyways, love you all. Big hug from Don. I hope you guys got something out of this because it was fun to share. And sorry for choking up a little bit, but that's just why I didn't do it at the beginning. All the best, everyone. Take care, and love you all. Bye-bye.